Thank you, Producer Chase. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm, broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of the borough, in the lovely and today wet rolling green hills of southern middle Tennessee. It's that time of the month where we have the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, the economic engine and workforce development engine here in Bedford County, to come in and talk about things. And today we have Vice President Kelly North to come in here and talk about various things going on in the economic development community. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, Scott. Thanks so much for having me today.
We appreciate you coming in. I know we were talking before the show, and gosh, I got a whole page of notes here on things you guys are working on and different things.
Always something happening at the partnership.
I mean, you guys don't get bored, do you?
No, we do not.
One of the things let's start out with is kind of just to remind our listening audience kind of what the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership is, as far as or I know it's a 501c, I know, but what it's all about.
Sure, yeah. So the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership serves as the local economic development agency for Shelbyville and Bedford County. So that means we're involved in recruiting new business to town, supporting the businesses that are already here, helping our employers make sure that their employees have the skills that they need to do the jobs that will keep their business. Workforce development. Okay. We do some work in tourism through the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, so we support our tourism assets like the Celebration, Uncle Nearest and Nearest Green Distillery, historic Bell Buckle.
Oh yeah, definitely. You guys are the appointed tourism organization from a government perspective.
We are the destination marketing organization for Bedford County.
Thank you. I couldn't remember the acronym, but you guys are it.
And then, of course, we also provide small business support through our Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, and that's at one point I know the Chamber and the Partnership were two different organizations.
Yes.
But those are now back together.
Correct. Yes, that is correct. The Chamber falls under the Partnership's umbrella, and we're essentially like a one-stop shop for all business.
That's the way it needs to be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't want to confuse folks.
Right.
So if you got to contact somebody, you just contact you guys.
That's right.
All those different areas. Now, you've obviously been involved in the economic development, workforce development activities here in Bedford County for, more than a year or two, right? When did you start here?
I started...
Because I know you started at Chamber of Commerce.
I sure did, and I started in February of 2016, so it'll be 9 years this February that I've been in Bedford County.
Good Lord, okay. It's been 9 years.
Yes.
All right.
I started as an intern for the Chamber of Commerce. I was in the middle of getting my bachelor's degree, and I needed to do an internship, and my bachelor's degree is in entrepreneurship, so I wanted my internship to kind of fall in line with what my education was, and Alan Pittner was kind enough to grant me an internship during that time, and I came, I stayed, and have never left.
And the rest is history.
That's right.
I mean, you got a master's degree since then, right?
Yes, that's correct. I do have a master's degree.
What's that in?
Nonprofit management.
Okay, well, you are a nonprofit.
Yes.
So, good deal. 9 years ago doing that. Okay, and hadn't slowed down since. So you think you might make a career out of this?
The great thing about my internship was that it opened the door to a world that I didn't even know existed. So when I came to the Chamber, Alan had asked me if I could write a program for a business education partnership program, which is workforce development.
It was workforce development, okay.
Yes, so that was about connecting the school system with our local businesses to see what resources could be supplied and given to the school system, and see how the school system could support our local business community as well, to kind of build that nice little partnership. And so I wrote a program during the internship, and then I went on about my merry way. I did not know, but Alan had submitted the program for grant funding through the state of Tennessee and was awarded a grant to implement the program. So Alan called me and said, hey, we want to implement this and give you an opportunity to do that since you wrote it. Do you want to come work for the Chamber? And I said yes.
Just talk about that, and that's how the workforce development stuff started here in Bedford County and Shelbyville. Mm-hmm. And I'll say this because you probably won't, but I know the Tennessee Valley Authority has used y'all's workforce development program as a benchmark for how communities our size should do that, correct?
That's correct. We are looked at.
Congratulations on that.
We are looked at as a model for building a kind of like a collaborative ecosystem, and that's what That's what workforce development's all about. It's about bringing the right people to the right tables and just talking through what the needs are. A good example of that is when we can connect an employer to the Tennessee College of Applied Technology. So TCAT has advisory.
For our listening audience that don't know what that is, like the old vocational technical
that's
training.
Right. Yes, that's
by
correct.
A different name.
So we bring an employer to our TCAT, and they participate in program advisories. And so they're able to, for example, say industrial maintenance. If there's specific skills that are needed out of industrial maintenance students, if there are new industry trends that are happening within that space, those companies can communicate that back to our education system, and so that way they can kind of bridge that gap, right? And they can ensure that our students are learning relevant skills because they're hearing directly from the horse's mouth, for lack of a better word, what the needs are.
Because essentially the industries here are customers.
Correct.
They're customers, and then the workers are actually customers
That's
as
right.
well to get the training, right?
Yes.
And you guys facilitate that. I know that you talked about getting your undergraduate in entrepreneurship. Now, you're actually a small business owner yourself.
That's correct.
Yeah, I don't know when you have any extra time.
A couple of folks would call my husband and I serial entrepreneurs, but
because you own a couple of businesses,
we do,
right?
We do own a couple of businesses.
Okay, well, good for y'all. So you know what it's about then.
Yeah, sure do.
You know what it's like to make a payroll, right?
I sure do. Yes. Know what it's like to make a payroll, know what it's like to make sure that our employees have what it is that they need to be happy in their jobs and to produce, for our businesses, have a clear understanding there.
Roger that. Let's, we were talking about the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership and kind of what you guys do and what you're doing. The workforce development piece is obviously a huge piece of what you guys do, but you guys also have a kind of a related 501c that's actually a C3 instead of a 6, and that's the foundation. You want to explain a little bit what the foundation does? I know you guys kind of manage both.
So the foundation is fantastic. The foundation is our sister organization. They focus on initiatives that support education and enhance quality of place and quality of life in Bedford County. So it's a charitable organization.
Tax deductible charitable
organization. And so, they have several initiatives that they were focused on in 2024 and several that they've got upcoming for 2025. And just to give you some examples, there's a teacher grant program that flows out of
Bedford County Schools.
For Bedford County Schools that flows out of the Community Foundation. And so
how does that work and what do they do?
There are several donors that have contributed specifically to this program, and all of the funds filter back into Bedford County Schools, and it's essentially a grant program, and teachers apply for the grant in the fall and in the spring, and they're awarded up to a certain dollar amount for specific projects that kind of fall outside of the regular Bedford County Schools budget. So this year
they want to do something extra special.
Yeah, they want to do something extra, or they need some resources or supplies in their classrooms that would enhance the learning environment for the students, but it just doesn't fall inside of the regular school system budget. Right. And so in 2024, over $10,000 in teacher grants were awarded through the Community Foundation. We just had our most recent award presentation that happened about a month and a half ago. I think it was a little over $10,000 in that cycle, and 13 different projects throughout Bedford County Schools were awarded.
And you'll do this again in the spring semester?
We'll do it again in the spring, yes.
Well, I know talking to a lot of the teachers are excited about that, especially those teachers that have that passion to do, just to kind of go the extra mile, and this helps them fund that.
They absolutely do. And speaking of extra miles, another initiative within the Community Foundation that's upcoming in May of 2025 is the Connected Community 5K.
Okay, why don't you explain what that's all about?
So the Connected Community 5K is a 5K race that's going to happen on
3.1 miles.
3.1 miles. It's going to happen on Mother's Day weekend, so May of 2025.
Got plenty of time to get in shape,
plenty
folks.
Plenty of time to get ready, and the proceeds from that are going to support Bedford County Schools and some initiatives that are related to health and wellness in our community.
Dr. Garrett, when she was in here, challenged me to enter that. When I challenged her, she already had.
I tell you, Scott, I'm going to go ahead and make that challenge to you today.
Well, we're going to challenge you right now.
Absolutely.
To do that and be in there. Because I know the planning you guys are putting into this is not going to be like a 100-person 5K race.
No, this is a legitimate 5K. There's a race company that is overseeing
this will be
the
timed, chipped and timed.
It will be chipped.
For those of you that are runners out there.
Yes, it will be chipped. It will be timed. It's open to anyone, regardless of ability. So come run, walk, roll, and participate in the 5K with us.
And I know it's going to go through the historic celebration grounds out there.
It's going to start on the square. It's going to start on the square and go all the way to the celebration. And it's going to be an amazing community building day.
You know, for those of you who hadn't participated in races, I used to do a lot of that, believe it or not. And it's just a great group of people getting together and everyone I think I ran in was raising money for nonprofits. Mm-hmm. Just a great way to do it and come out and have good family time. And
what a better way to connect with your community and then raise money for a good cause, and we can all get behind supporting education in this community.
Now, if there's a local company, business, government, whoever that wants to help sponsor this event, how do they contact you guys?
So they can make a contribution on our website. That website is www.shelbyville-bedford.com.
Okay.
Or they can reach out to me. So they can give me a call at the office. That number is 931-735-6925.
Okay.
Or they can send me an email, Kelly@Shelbyville-Bedford.com.
Do any of those three things, and you can get them good to go.
Absolutely. And you know, when you make a contribution in the community foundation, you're not just supporting teacher grants. You're not just supporting the Connected Community 5K. There's a beautification initiative that's been enacted through the foundation, and then we also have the Shelbyville Young Professionals.
You know, it's one thing to have a group of folks doing things right now, and there's a good group of folks here in Shelbyville-Bedford County that are helping out and getting involved. But you got to kind of grow the replacements
sure do.
For someday, and that's kind of what's the purpose? What is the Young Professionals all about? Like, what's the maximum age?
So, we don't discriminate.
Oh, you don't?
But it is.
I think you do have a maximum age, though.
We don't discriminate.
I know I can't belong.
It is for professionals age 21 to 45 who live and or work in Bedford County. Do business in Bedford County. And you know, this is a phenomenal group of like-minded professional individuals that are looking to connect with one another, whether professionally or personally. So, you know, we've seen a lot of friendships grow out of this
both,
group.
right?
It can absolutely be both. And to take it one step further, the Young Professionals do a really good job of bringing relevant information to this group. So they have a program. They meet at Humble Baron on the last Wednesday of every month.
Uncle Nearest Distillery.
That Uncle Nearest Distillery on the last Wednesday of every month, and they connect, they eat. There might be
network.
They network. There might be a beverage or two that's involved, and then they get to hear from a high quality panel. So, for example, last month they learned about real estate. Right, so it's
critical.
It's critical,
especially with the price of it nowadays.
Big shout out to Tad Craig with Craig and Wheeler, who participated on the panel along with the other real estate agents. They had 4 different agents from various backgrounds, and you know, and stages,
people actually doing that kind of work,
right? And stages in their career that were able to give their insight to this group of 21 to 45 years old. You're in that age range where you're either getting ready to purchase your first home, or maybe you're looking to
land for a business.
Right, you're looking for land for a business. You're looking to acquire additional residential property for various reasons. So it was really a great panel to bring to this particular group, and that's the kind of learning opportunity that you get to have when you're connecting and making new friends and building professional connections at the Young Professionals.
So if someone here in the community that either lives here, does business here, and they're 45 and under, who do they contact to get involved?
So the best place to start is the Shelbyville Young Professionals Facebook page. So they have a very active social media page. You can reach out to the steering committee through that page. All of their information on meetings, what's upcoming on their calendar. And they don't just meet and have educational programs. They do fun things too. In October, they had a fall festival, and so they had a cornhole tournament out at the Fly Arts Center, and just had a good time. They were at the celebration and did a tailgate party in August. So it's not just not just an education platform, but it's a place for young professionals to connect and have a good time too.
And that's kind of one of the things that I know it's been one of Mayor Graham's goals is keep those young people here in Bedford County instead of them going off to Nashville or wherever, is to have those opportunities. And what a great program to actually help support that goal of keeping our young folks here and doing business here and growing this community here.
Absolutely.
Folks, we're talking to Kelly North, the Vice President of the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, the economic engine here in Bedford County. We're going to take a 60-second break and be right back.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool and triple-stranded pocketed coils to give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company. 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.
Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. We're talking to Kelly North, the Vice President of the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, about a plethora of things that they have going on. Don't ask me to spell that. I used to have it sitting right here on the table.
I know, I've seen it before.
Somebody spelled it out for me because I think Brandon
I was going to say, I think it was Brandon.
Producer Brandon did that. I know he's well educated because he had my daughter in school. Oh, that just made me feel old. Anyway, I heard him yelling back there. We, one of the things that you guys do, another thing that you guys do, is the many things that y'all do, is help sponsor special events here in the community, especially through the Chamber of Commerce, which is part of the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership. So kind of want you to give us a little recap on what's happening, because since we're almost at the end of 2024,
Sure.
I can't believe it, but go ahead.
One of the Chamber's primary goals is to connect. Right. It's to connect our local business community to the resources, the people, the tools, the education.
Help make them successful.
Absolutely. Yeah. That help make them successful. And so we spent a fair part of 2024 doing just that. There's some new, Scott, you mentioned earlier that the Chamber merged with the partnership.
Yeah.
It's been about 18 months ago now at this point in time. So it's been about a year and a half since that happened. And in that time, we've really been able to redesign the programming that the Chamber of Commerce offers to really drive home that value back to the business community that are members within the Chamber of Commerce. And so we've added a monthly networking event. It's called Spark. Meet on the third Thursday of every month at 8 a.m.
So this is for members
locations.
of the Chamber.
This is for members of the Chamber. That's
okay.
right. It's for members of the Chamber. And this is just a monthly networking opportunity. You get to connect with the business community and meet new people and connect and grow, right? To follow that, we've added small business workshops. So we do an Ignite Your Business class monthly. And this is a workshop, again, for members to learn about various things that will help them be successful in their business. So social media training.
I think that is so critical because a lot of folks have a good idea, right?
Sure.
And they know they're technically competent at whatever that is, but as far as running a business, the financial side,
how do I build a logo?
Right? Branding, whatever it is, and that's something that a lot of folks may not have. They have a great idea on doing a business, but you guys offer the opportunity to get educated in so many areas to help them be successful.
Right, and that's what we want to see. We want to see a thriving and vibrant business community in Shelbyville and Bedford County, but we also recognize that in order to succeed in business, you've got to have access to some different resources that are going to help you along the way. I don't think any of us were born with the manual, and this is exactly what I'm supposed to do within my business to help make me
So those
successful.
classes are included in their membership?
Those classes are included in their membership. Yep,
well, good for y'all,
yes,
man.
They sure are. And so those happen monthly. Once a quarter, we have the Tennessee Small Business Development Center out of Murfreesboro. They come down and they meet one-on-one with our members to talk through things that they might need. For example, if you need to write a business plan and you're a member of the chamber because you're starting a new business or you want to grow or expand your business, you can sit down once a quarter at the Chamber of Commerce, meet with representatives from the Small Business Development Center out of Murfreesboro and talk through what that business plan should look like. I think that's just invaluable. I wish I would have had access to a resource.
You got to have a roadmap.
Yes. I mean, I wish I would have had access to a resource like that when I was starting some of my businesses. Right, it would have been incredibly helpful.
A lot of lessons learned there, right?
A lot of lessons. Yeah, a lot of trial by fire. And so we're trying to take some of the complicated aspects of that out of the picture. We also do things like celebrate our members. So if there's a grand opening that's happening, if you're a new business, just join the chamber. We'll come out and we'll do a ribbon cutting celebration. We'll put a spotlight on you. And then we have our quarterly chamber luncheons. And so once a quarter, we gather our chamber membership together and have lunch and learn about various topics, such as Mayor Graham was kind enough to come in and kind of do a state of the county mid-year last year.
I went to one where you had your tourism expert come in.
We did. We talked about the economic impact of tourism in Bedford County. We highlighted the agriculture community in Bedford County
that's
in
big
2024.
Here too.
Yes.
I'm so glad. I know you guys have initiatives to break into the ag community here to help as an economic development thing.
Well, we've been Bedford County's been the number one in agriculture in the state of Tennessee for many years, for a long time.
And that's something that I don't think a lot of chambers or these type of economic entities get involved in, but I know you guys have plans to do that with the ag community.
In one of our future conversations, we'll break that down a little bit further, and let's talk about what ag really means and looks like in this community. So, we're trying to educate the community. We're trying to bring folks together. And then, we put a community spotlight. Not only do we want to support and bring our business community together, we want to bring the whole of the community together. And I feel like we accomplished that in a very solid and positive way a week and a half ago with a Bedford County Christmas.
Gee, what was that all about? Let me tell you something, folks. If you didn't get to the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, Chamber of Commerce, and plus there were, the county and the city were big sponsors, and so were several other people, other companies, of that Christmas event. I'm going to tell you, you missed it. Now, I know it was 25 degrees out because I was out there, but I don't know that I've ever seen that many people on the square in Shelbyville.
We're still waiting on our final counts, but we're thinking the numbers are in that 1,000 and above range. Yeah, I don't want to be speculative, but
yeah, over 1,000 for sure.
Over 1,000.
Yeah, you're being conservative, Kelly.
But that was an opportunity. That was a family friendly event.
It truly was.
Where folks could bring their kids out. They could write letters to Santa. They could decorate Christmas cookies.
Look at reindeer. Get hot chocolate at City Hall.
Yes, and so Leadership Bedford, our local adult and youth leadership program was out, and they were helping kids decorate Christmas cookies. We had the young professionals on hand as event volunteers. So it really was a gathering of the entire community as a whole. The downtown merchants had various activities happening in and around their respective businesses.
I tell you that it was very vibrant from what I could tell.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody was buying anything, but they sure got a lot of exposure.
Yes.
People coming and going.
Well,
as a minimum.
And we feel confident that we were able to, leaning back into some of the tourism aspects, that we were able to draw in folks from other communities to visit our beautiful square, which, whether that happens on a regular basis or not,
nobody has a square like we do.
Nobody has a square.
And, we've talked about this several times on other shows here, like the city manager and the county mayor, but the investment in that square by a lot of private organizations and the governments as well has really brought that thing alive. That is a vibrant square. Where a lot of places it's getting kind of ghost towns on their squares.
This past Friday night, speaking of vibrancy on the square,
there's people everywhere for
there were people everywhere for the wine walk.
Again.
Yes, again. I don't think I've ever seen traffic at a standstill going around the square with every parking space full.
Well, that's kind of a rare thing.
Yes.
But there's so much going on with Glass Hollow opening up. Of course, you have Grindstone Cowboy going to open up in roughly May or so.
Yes.
Which will be a music venue kind of thing, and then other plans some other entrepreneurs have for down there. And in talking to some of them, we're getting people coming here from like Murfreesboro.
Absolutely.
So it used to go the other way, right?
Yes.
But they got a lot of chains in Murfreesboro. We have unique properties here. So folks are coming down this way. And why is that important? Because they come here, they spend their money, they pay their sales tax.
That's right.
That's, there's no such thing as a good tax, but that's the best tax.
That's right.
Then they leave town and we don't have to educate their kids.
Yes.
So we like that tourism.
Absolutely.
And those businesses are drawing people this direction instead of everything going the other way.
They absolutely are.
And then, of course, they could, while they're up there, they can shop in our shops on the square.
Yes, and you have some very unique and eclectic. If I look at the square as a whole, you have very unique and eclectic businesses wrapped all the way around that square.
You do.
Yes.
I mean, Godly Post Cafe, that's been around since probably before I was born, I guess. That's old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a long time. I mean, and, there's so much going on up there, and it's so vibrant up there. And I think you guys sponsoring and organized, because I know a lot of work went into putting that event on.
Well, I know that I can speak for the staff at the partnership and the chamber and the planning committee and say that we all feel very grateful to have been able to play a role in bringing our community together in such a meaningful way.
And it was, and I got to tell you, there was good music. There was the fireworks show. Was amazing.
How about that?
It was amazing.
Yes.
And I mean, it wasn't that loud, which was good because I scared a bunch of people down there. But it was a beautiful. What a way to end that tree lighting ceremony.
Yes.
You had all the mayors from all the towns and cities.
We sure did. We did a mayor's parade.
So you did. That's right.
We did. We did a mayor's parade. Thank you for participating, for driving Mayor Graham in the mayor's parade. We appreciated that very much.
Truck from Newton.
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah, little plug.
Yes, that's absolutely right. But that was a great example of what our community can accomplish when we come together and work towards a collective and common goal.
You guys facilitate.
Yes.
There has to be somebody doing that.
Sure.
Making it. And you guys did a great job with that.
Thank you.
Pass that on to I know you had a pretty hard-charging committee that.
Yes.
From the community here, the various businesses
absolutely
that put out on, but not just y'all, but other folks as well. And I know you're going to take a look at that, see what how you maybe can improve on it for next year. I think that's something. It's like our Christmas parade, right? It's been going on, I don't know, 50 years.
Right.
It's one of the larger Christmas parades in Middle Tennessee for our town our size, and it's so vibrant. And I do believe the way you guys did this Christmas event, 30 years from now, people will be going, I don't know who started this. But man, this is a great
That's
event.
great. And you heard it here first. Be on the lookout for a Bedford County Christmas in 2025.
Absolutely. Kelly, we are actually out of time. We ran over just a little bit.
Time flies when you're having fun.
But is there anything else you want to talk about before we go off the air?
I want to say thank you to all of the amazing businesses, community members, and organizations that support the Shelbyville-Bedford Partnership, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Community Foundation. Wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, we appreciate you coming today and educating our listening audience. You guys at the partnership do a fantastic job of bringing this all together. It's so easy to talk about what's going on because there's so much going on. I know you guys don't get bored over there ever. But thanks again for coming in today. Y'all have a good Christmas. Tell your staff that. Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. We have 11 government-related talk shows every month right here on WLIJ at 0900 for you military types, 9 a.m. in the morning. Talk to the people, listen to the people that are actually doing the work out there and helping us make a better quality of life and a better place to live and work here in Bedford County. Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. Until next time.
Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com. When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
The leader in pure classic country.
This is George Strait. How about them cowgirls?
98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ.
How about them